Hi everyone, so today we are at Sunshine Terrace and standing right behind me, what you're looking at is freehold 3.5 story inter-terrace. Before we head in, right where we are, you have actually two dedicated parking lots. So if let's say you're talking about hosting over here, you'll be glad to know that within walking distance, there is a public car park. There will be no issues with car park. So normally for landed property, sometimes parking is an issue. So at least this is settled. So let's head in. So the land size of this unit is 1,621 square feet, and the total build-up that we are looking at is approximately about 3,700 square feet. So this area, whereby the owners have actually decked it up and then make it into an outdoor lounge area, so it is actually very comfortable. In fact, the owners themselves have actually spent 600,000 in terms of the renovation. So let's say if you're looking for something part of Singapore, well renovated. When I say well, I really mean very well. So stay tuned to the very end of the video to check out how beautiful this place is. And most importantly, it is under $5 million freehold. So let's head in. The owners themselves actually invited overseas renowned designer, and it was a 10-man team to design the whole place. And the very first thing is that where are we sitting on? It's actually the living room. So you realize that what they have actually followed is a very Scandinavian, Muji, very calm, peaceful kind of design. So at the back, you have all the lightings all done up for you, and this is something that you will never find in the resale market today. So in terms of the ceiling height, what we are looking at is about 3 meters. So welcome to the dry kitchen. So there are ample countertop spaces, and they have actually made up very nice storage spaces for you for all your collection. So in front of me is where the owners actually have their dining, and the very interesting thing is that this thing itself comes with an induction cooker and all the socket all for you. So if let's say you are curious, the owners are willing to actually include everything when it comes to buying this house. Really, I would say in a move-in condition. So in terms of storage spaces, there is ample. Most important thing for landed properties, you will have DD boxes when you do not know where to hide them. Check out this very nice design. So initially when I came here, I thought this was just a shelving by itself. Eventually I realized that when you open it up, this is where the DB box is actually hidden. So let's head to the back. So this place where we are standing on is actually the kitchen. So kitchen itself, both the walls have been tacked down, and you're able to open it up whenever you're hosting people. So most important is they want the whole design to come together really well. In terms of this door itself, it has a slight wood grain, and most important is that this is made of PVC, so very easy for you to maintain. In terms of the kitchen, all of the appliances that you are seeing are all under 3 years old. So if let's say you're looking for something moving condition, well designed, you do not want to spend a lot of money on renovation, or we call A&A, or even to rebuild, trust me, this is one unit that you do not want to miss out. On to the right is where they have their first bathroom, and this is the first time that I am very impressed with the bathroom. Check it out. They have actually redesigned the whole thing, and you realize that the kind of design is same throughout the entire house. So it is very important, because when you have too many design ideas around the house, it makes the whole house look messy. So right behind us is where we have the yard area. In terms of the yard area, it's very comfortable. You can do your laundry, everything all over here. So most important is when you look up, this shelter that you're looking at, it can be opened up for natural light to come in. In terms of rainy day, you can close it up. So that's all for the first story. I forgot to tell you, in terms of direction, the main door is actually facing north, and it is a very authentic north-south facing. So now let's head up to the second story. So the owners actually retained the previous stair. What they did, they actually grind it down and then lacquer over it. So everything, the kind of wood that we have in the past is actually very good material. So welcome to the second story. To be honest, I am very amazed with everything I see, because I can tell the owners really tastefully designed the entire place. So in terms of the whole unit, it comes with 6 beds, 4 baths. So we have already seen 1 bathroom already. So this level itself, it comes with 3 bedrooms and also a bathroom over there. So let's head into the first room. So there are 2 rooms that allow us to directly access the balcony, and most importantly, the balcony, it's very good size. So come, let's check it out. So the owners have actually placed a table over here. You can see comfortably, 8-seater, no issue, and ample space by the side as well. So as I was telling you, it allows us to actually enter the other room, and most importantly, the view in front. This is actually a very peaceful and quiet room. The most important thing is that they do not allow illegal parking, because as a private property owner, you don't want your main road to be full of cars and making it very inaccessible. Now let's head into the other room. So all the rooms itself is able to comfortably fit in a queen-size bed. So over here, because of the high ceiling that we have, we are looking at about 3 meters high. That's why you have ample storage spaces. So like I said, the whole unit has been recently renovated not long ago, and the owner spent about 600,000 in terms of renovation. So everything is kept in a very mint condition. So this, in terms of inter-terrace, normally we call this the common area, and the common area, you will realize, is always the darkest, because there is no windows and there's insufficient lighting and there's no natural flow. In terms of the bathroom, it's so beautiful. They have an arc over here, and because we have windows, it allows natural light and ventilation to come into this common area, really making the whole place very bright. So you realize, in terms of their design concept, they have actually installed the basin outside of the bathroom, making it very accessible. In the morning when there is 3 rooms, assuming 3 kids, you don't have to fight over the bathroom just because you want to wash your face. So they have allocated 2 over here, and remember I was telling you the design, everything comes very well together. So the whole theme that it revolves around is nature. When you come home after a long day, the house is somewhere whereby you can unwind yourself. So welcome to the 3rd bedroom on this level. It's quite similar to the other room in terms of the design because you have a table over here and the floor to ceiling height carpentry all done up nicely. If you realize the owners really love all the curved area, and if you are unaware, all these curves that you are seeing, in fact it actually costs much more just to have such nice curves. So the amount of curves that you see around the house just tells you how extensive the renovation is. So now let's head up to the 3rd story. In front of me, they actually have a very small and cozy study room, which of course, there is no light turned on here because the natural light is just so good. Most important thing, remember our main door is actually facing north, so we do not have direct west sun coming into this unit, which is very rare. So in terms of what they have done over here, it's a movable wardrobe space. So if you want to convert this into a small study or a single bed, I think this can be done. So on this level, it actually comes with 2 bathrooms. This is another one that's over here. Remember I was telling you that all the bathroom is all designed the same way? The kind of tiles that they have chosen is actually very comfortable. It's really tiles, but it's designed in such a way that they have all this pattern and all the curves over here. But really, I cannot express myself enough how much I actually really love all this design. See, another curve. Now, we have saved the best for the last, and welcome to the masters. So this is something that probably you will see on all the other platforms where I do, all these curves and design, and this is the very first time I've actually seen it close up. So on my left is actually the walk-in wardrobe, very generous space over here. And in terms of the vinyl, if you look on the floor, they have chosen the herringbone pattern. Nowadays, a lot of people don't want to go for herringbone pattern is because of the high wastage. So the fact that they are not going to save on this design, you can tell that all these things, the owner actually came down and monitored every stage. From the point it was until today, she monitored the entire progress to ensure that everything was done nicely. So of course there are ample storage spaces and a king size bed as usual. So where the bathroom is actually behind over here. Very nice. Even the tiles that they have chosen, it's really something different. But there's no way I can describe to you unless you come down and do it for yourself. Of course, they have a tub over here and a standing shower. While I'm bathing, I get to enjoy the natural breeze and sunlight. So in terms of location, we are about 479 meters away from Serangoon MRT, which is walkable. Aside from that, within 1 kilometer, we have 2 schools, Yangzheng Primary as well as Mary Stella Primary School. So that's all for today. If let's say you're interested, let me know.